Fnatic is one of the most successful and well-known organizations in CSGO's history. The organization won the very first CSGO major and went on to have an era throughout 2015. They sit in second place for the most amount of majors won by a single organization, and are one of only 2 organizations to ever win more than one major. But in recent years, Fnatic has steadily faded into irrelevancy, and today I'm going to find out what really happened to Fnatic in CSGO. Fnatic found success very early on in CSGO, getting solid placements during the NIP era, and during a time where Swedish Counter-Strike was dominating the scene. After winning the very first CSGO major in 2013 against their rivals in NIP, Fnatic continued having solid results for the next 12 months, despite some roster changes. However, one of these roster changes changed everything for Fnatic. olofmeister quickly became one of the best players in the world, placing 12th in HLTV's top 20 players in 2014. But it was in 2015 that olofmeister's Fnatic shocked the world. Fnatic's win at ESWC in November of 2014 sparked the beginning of what would become known as the Fnatic Era. Fnatic would win over 20 events, 2 majors, and accumulated over $1 million in prize money over 16 months, from November of 2014 till March of 2016. olofmeister was named the #1 player in 2015, and Fnatic seemed unstoppable. Issues started to occur for Fnatic. olofmeister, previously the star player for the organization, had suffered an injury to his hand, leaving him on indefinite leave to recover. This would mark the beginning of the end for the success of Fnatic. Initially, Fnatic did still look okay, considering they had a significantly worse roster overall. They managed to make a few top 4 finishes throughout the year, and upon the return of olofmeister to the roster, they even managed to get a second place finish at E-League Season 1. However, the first place finishes that Fnatic had become accustomed to were no longer a reality. Throughout the remainder of 2016 and the entirety of 2017, Fnatic failed to win a single tournament. Their best result throughout the entire time period was second place at DreamHack Open during 2017. The problem with Fnatic was that they would occasionally win 1 or 2 tournaments each year, and this is a problem because Fnatic would fail to make top 4 or even top 8 at any other big tournament. This leads to a couple of things. The first thing is that the team fails to make necessary roster changes when the option is available, due to the fact that they believe they can win. But what they don't understand is that even if you have won with this roster, you can't consistently and convincingly win with this roster in the future. There's a difference between winning a tournament as a favorite and winning the tournament as an underdog. The favorite is expected to win and have continued success. The underdog shouldn't be winning at all, and is definitely not expected to win any tournament afterwards. The underdog in almost every single one of these Fnatic tournament wins is Fnatic. Ever since the E-League Major Atlanta in 2017, Fnatic have failed to make top 4 at any majors. The worst part is that for each major, Fnatic's placement gets progressively worse, from top 4 to top 8 to top 12 to top 22, to eventually not even making the major at all. Fnatic have been in a downward spiral for years, and unfortunately, the team has failed to have any sort of impact in Tier 1 Counter-Strike recently. Another thing is that the online era probably played a role in why Fnatic had such poor results for the last couple of years. But even taking this into account, it shouldn't be excusable how poorly the team managed to adapt to their circumstances when everyone around them was adapting. Despite recently rebuilding their CSGO roster, Fnatic have been met with nothing but criticism over the past 2 years. Their CSGO rosters are mismanaged and fail to meet expectations. For each step forward the Fnatic team makes, they take 2 steps back. In the end, Fnatic are one of the most significant orgs in Counter-Strike history. However, they have been on a constant downtrend for close to half a decade at this point, and are slowly fading into irrelevancy. While part of me still hopes for a revitalization out of the Fnatic roster, I can't help but expect continued disappointment.